Hello and welcome to my channel Quinta entre Aguas and this week's video. My name is Matthias, this is Simba, and that's Ida. As you can see, it's a glorious day in central Portugal, but I am going to wire my power outlets. I brought some permanent markers, so I will number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also number the pipes so that I know which one goes where. And then I need to have a look where to get the wires in here, because those two spare fuses are for the power outlets. Probably gonna need two. If I'm lucky, I can get away with one, but I'll have to see how that all works out. So for now, I'm gonna clean up those conduits, all the line that's connected to it, and then I'm probably gonna set up a time lapse. All right, later. I have numbered the outlets 3, 4, and 5, and I've put through my feeding spiral and marked the conduits. This is 1, 2 tie ribs, 3, 4, and the last one doesn't have one. That's number 5. So now I need to think about a way to fix them to the wall. Most likely like this, but I'll try to put them as close together as possible. It's only temporary until later, much later. So from here, the wires will go in this. I don't think it's a conduit. There's another name for that. Anyway, here, up here, over here, and then down to these 2 fuses. That's for the power. The green and yellow goes in here, and the blue goes in here. Okay, that's it for now. I think I continue with a time lapse. Later. I prepared the laser level, 5 of these clamps, screws and plugs, and I have the drill over there. Gonna grab that quickly and set up another time lapse. Later. The conduits are mounted. I don't think it would win a beauty award, but like I said before, it's temporary, and I guess it's gonna work for what I needed. Yeah, I cleaned up with a vacuum, and I had to remove a couple of the tie wraps because they were in the wrong spot, but other than that it should be fine. And next is to putting the wiring. Later. Good morning. It's another day on the Quinta. Unfortunately, it's not as sunny as it was yesterday, and a bit colder. It's only 12 degrees. And this is my cool room anyway, so I put on a little more clothes. And today I'm gonna put in the wires, the wires for the wall sockets or power outlets. And I'm gonna put on the spools of wire here or down on the floor. And I start with number 1, pull the wire through, connect the cables in here. I might try this wire that the conduit comes with to pull the wires through. Connect them on the power outlet or wall socket end first, and then route them nicely through here, up here, through here, and down there. Do that with all the power outlets, and then I have working power outlets, hopefully. I'll have to see where I put the camera for time-lapse, but you will see in a second. Later. And of course, number 1, the wire inside the conduit was too short. It didn't come out on the other end. So I have to use my pulling spiral, feeding spiral, like so. 1 second, I'll show you how I attach the wires to the feeding spiral. 1 second. The end of this feeding tube spiral has a hole, and what you do, you remove the isolation of quite a long piece of wire, feed it through the hole, and then twist it a little bit, and then pull it from the other side and feed it from this side. So it usually is a 2-man job, but since I'm alone, I have to do it on my own. All right, later. And there are the wires pulled through the conduit from here. And I'm now gonna wire the outlets, as I said before, and then pay attention to the other end. So that's the first outlet wired. The wires come in here and then they go to this one. Now the other side, and then 4 more to go. The first wall outlet is completely wired. Here they go in. You can probably see the tie wraps I put in as well. Up here. There. This is earth, neutral, and the black one goes into the fuse. And if I flip this fuse, we should have power here. It helps if I don't throw it away. Go out. That doesn't help. Let's charge the camera. So, the light is off. And light is back on. So, this outlet has power. 4 more to go. I thought I'd show you the inside of one of those outlets. Wires come in here, underneath they go up, go in on the left side, then we bridge it to the other outlet. And now I'm closing it up and work on the other side. All right, later. We had some rain and here was dripping and there it was leaking. So I called Pedro, and Pedro is here to fix it. All right, later. We are now on the roof and the problem seems to be above the work Pedro did. I'll show you. We have this line which is tight, but this hole is with lime or earth, and the water seeps down below it and comes out on the other side. So that's a problem of the outside wall not being pointed the right way. And there are a couple of those spots. So Pedro will now use, what is it?
This is a coliveda, we call it in Portuguese.
Okay.
But this is a premium one that is when it's wet weathers, so that it can have a good sticker,
Uh-huh.
and it dries quicker before that the rain can.
So it's
wash it away.
basically a sealant.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So those spots get sealed, and then it should be watertight again. All right. Later. And this is how it looks like after Pedro is done with the extra sealant. We will have more rain in the next days, so a good thing that it's raining, so I can check if it's now watertight. All right, later. Good morning, everyone. I still haven't finished the power outlets, so much going on, but SparkPointSolar or Jamie to the rescue, because he is delivering the generator that the big touristier company wasn't able to deliver to my house. Very funny. So generator we're gonna put somewhere here. I'm gonna try and make the floor a little bit more even. Not sure if I have a spot to show you. I'll try. It took some brutal force, sweat and cursing, but it's at its spot. So now we need to connect the wires. All right, later. We tried to get the cable needed for the generator through the existing conduit, but it doesn't fit, so I have to drill a new one. Later. The second pipe or conduit has been placed with a thick cable. It's way too long now, but I'll have to put the white conduit, that kind of stuff, along the beam and on the wall, also on the outside. Let me show you what I am planning to do. So, cable comes out here, and I want to put it in a conduit, a white conduit here, and then it goes around to the front, or maybe on the top. I'll have to see how it works, but I start with the conduit stuff on the outside and work my way in, and then I make the cables to the right length. All right, later. The cables are connected, and like I said, it's loosely because I still need to do the like Jamie said, white conduit, whatever it's called, this stuff. And in a moment we're going to test that the system turns on the generator. So, should be good. Later. As you can hear, generator is running. And we started it manually, configure the system, and now Jamie is gonna turn it off from the inside. And now it's quiet again. All right, later. Last night we had some heavy rainfalls, and I wanted to show you the result of Pedro's sealant attempt or work. I'm not sure this is already sealed. Doesn't look like it's drying up, and it's still wet. Then, oh, wait, let me get the light. When you look at this spot, this seems to dry up and be fixed. And I had a spot where the water was dripping. This is also dried up and looks like it's fixed. So that means, except for that one spot, which I still need to keep an eye on, everything seems to be fixed, and I can finally continue with my power outlets. Gonna set up the camera for a time lapse again, and yeah, let you see what I do with the outlets. All right, later. 2 of the power outlets, those 2 are now done. I got a little bit distracted, as you've seen on the time lapse, because I had some trouble with this battery and battery charger. I need to get my other charger that has no Bluetooth and see if that one will charge that battery. If not, I have to return it to Lidl, which means I need to find the right receipt to get it changed in warranty. But that's a problem for another day. As you can see, those 2 are the 2 outlets going there, up here, there, and then I did put 2 wires in here. Hopefully I can put in a 3rd for that outlet, and then I can use the second fuse I have for the remaining 2. But I guess I'm gonna do that off camera, because you've seen twice now. That's enough. So guess that's it for this week. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If so, hit the like button. If you want to get a notification when I upload new videos and you like my videos and then you want to see more, maybe you want to hit the subscribe button. And like I said, that's it for this week. Have a nice weekend. Stay healthy, stay happy, and have a good life. And hopefully you're gonna watch my next one as well. Bye!